Severino optimistic about 2019. 0 hours 1 minute and 47 seconds. Luis Severino addressed the media, talking about learning from a disappointing 2018, changing his diet and how good the Yankees can be. The Yankees have had extension talks with Luis Severino, reported FanCred's John Heyman on Wednesday, adding that it isn't known whether the two sides are close to a deal. Severino is scheduled to have an arbitration hearing before the season to determine his salary for 2019, and any extension would likely cover this season and the remainder of his arbitration years, in 2020, 2021, and 2022. The 24-year-old Severino struggled badly in the second half of 2018 after a dominant first half, winding up with a 3.39 ERA and 1.14 WHIP in 191.1 innings, 32 starts. "It was tough," Severino recently said about his second half. "I had a great first half and then all that happened. I just struggled a little bit. I know the pitcher I am. I know I'll come back and pitch well again." Aside from Severino, the Yankees don't have any members of their expected 2019 starting rotation under team control beyond 2020. CC Sabathia is under contract through this season only, and is expected to retire at the end of the year. Masahiro Tanaka is under contract through 2020. Recently acquired James Paxton is under team control, arbitration eligible through 2020, and J.A. Happ is signed through 2020, though his deal includes an option for 2021. Carelli, why 2019 will be a pivotal year for Gary Sanchez. Greater than read more. Carelli, predicting how the Yankees' 25-man roster for 2019 will shake out. Greater than read more. Related 5 questions Yankees Aaron Boone should address in first spring training presser. Greater than read more. Jacoby Ellsbury, 22, mandatory credit. Kim Clement, USA Today Sports. Kim Clement, the curious case of Jacoby Ellsbury took another turn on Wednesday. Yankees manager Aaron Boone revealed at his spring training opening press conference that the oft-injured outfielder will not be with the team at the onset of camp. Boone said Ellsbury is battling issues with his plantar fascia as he recovers from the hip surgery he underwent late last season and has not begun baseball activities. Early sights from Tampa. 0 hours 1 minute and 51 seconds. Yankees players arrive at spring training in Tampa. We see a glimpse of Aaron Boone and we catch Masahiro Tanaka throwing with Luis Severino. Things are starting to ramp up at spring training, where lots of the Yankees, along with manager Aaron Boone, have reported as the squad hits Tampa to prepare for the 2019 season. August 30, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA. New York Yankees first baseman Luke Voit, 45, hits a 2-run home run in the 7th inning against the Detroit Tigers at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit. Wendell Cruz, USA Today Sports. Wendell Cruz, Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter. About me. Archives. Platoons don't always work, but the Yankees could benefit nicely from a loose timeshare at first base this season. As Luke Voit seeks to cement his place at the top of the first base depth chart for the Yankees, Greg Bird lurks as a potential threat to recapture the job. Regardless of which way this competition pans out in spring training, the Yankees need both players to find and maintain consistent production. New York Yankees outfielder Estevan Florial during the Arizona Fall League All-Star Game at Surprise Stadium. Mark J. Rebels, USA Today Sports. The Yankees may be lacking a blue-chip prospect in their farm system. Fangraphs released its rankings of the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball and no Yankees made the list, which was based on available data, industry sources and their own observations. Outfielder Estevan Florial just missed the top 100, ranking in at 106 on an extended list. October 2, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA. New York Yankees manager Aaron Boone speaks at a press conference during workouts one day before the 2018 American League wildcard playoff baseball game at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit. Danielle Parhiskaran /NorthJersey.com via USA Today Sports. Danielle Parhiskaran. On Wednesday, Yankees pitchers and catchers will officially report to the team's Tampa complex to kick off the 2019 season. And manager Aaron Boone will also hold his first official press conference of the year. The Yankees enter spring training with virtually the same clubhouse as last season, but with a few new faces like Adam Ottavino, Troy Tulowitzki, and James Paxton. GM Brian Cashman made the necessary moves to bolster a roster that hopes to win more than their 100-game mark last year, and hopefully knock down the Red Sox and capture a World Series title for the first time since 2009. Those are some lofty expectations, but that was the same goal in mind for Boone and the rest of the team exactly 1 year ago. So, with that in mind, here are some questions Boone will likely face from the media when he steps in front of the mic. July 17, 2018, Washington, D.C., USA, American League infielder Manny Machado of the Baltimore Orioles, 13, walks to the dugout before the 2018 MLB All-Star Game at Nationals Ballpark. Mandatory credit, Jeff Burke. USA Today Sports. Jeff Burke, as is custom for many players, getting brand new gear for the season ahead is a priority. Every player wants fresh gloves, bats, batting gloves, and whatever else they can get their hands on to play at their best, and look good in the process with the usual team colors in the accessories. And for Manny Machado, his new gear may be pointing to the team he is deciding to play for in 2019. The glove company, Rawlings, released Machado's new leather on their Twitter account, and the colorway is interesting to say the least. June 23, 2018, St. Petersburg, FL, USA, New York Yankees first baseman Greg Bird, 33, looks on from the dugout at Tropicana Field. Mandatory credit, Kim Clement. USA Today Sports. Kim Clement. Greg Bird was considered for several years to be the Yankees' first baseman of the future, a left-handed hitter who would occupy a spot in the middle of the Bombers' lineup long-term. Injuries and struggles at the plate have thrown off Bird's trajectory, and now at 26 years old he enters spring training without a starting job in his grasp as the first base gig is 2018 revelation Luke Voigt's to lose. "I love challenges," Bird told reporters Tuesday in Tampa. Voigt obviously came up and was a huge part of our success, so that's awesome. I like challenges. It'll be a fun spring for sure. Not likely. Machado. A Yankee 0 hours 0 minutes and 58 seconds from New York Yankees camp. SNY baseball insider Andy Martino reports Manny Machado is debating signing for less years, which is good for NY. Tampa, Florida. The Padres have shown a willingness to commit significant money to Manny Machado, perhaps more than any other club to date, according to Major League sources. But as Machado continues to weigh his options, some in his camp are encouraging him to consider taking a shorter-term deal with the Yankees. With the Padres, Phillies and White Sox all pursuing Machado aggressively, the expectation all along has been that he will take the highest offer. But the Yankees are highly unlikely to offer more than the other three teams, especially the Phillies. The Yankees have been in pursuit of free agent 3B/SS Manny Machado, who is reportedly looking for a deal that will pay him roughly $300 million over 10 years. Here are the latest rumors. February 12, 3:52 p.m. The Padres have been very aggressive with their offer to Machado, but he is undecided about going there, reports SNY's Andy Martino. Martino adds that some in Machado's camp are pushing for him to take a shorter-term deal with the Yankees. Meanwhile, the Phillies and White Sox are also in big on him. March 30, 2018, Miami, Florida, USA. Miami Marlins Chief Executive Officer Derek Jeter looks on before a game against the Chicago Cubs at Marlins Park. Mandatory credit, Steve Mitchell. USA Today Sports. Steve Mitchell. Derek Jeter is halfway to having a Core 4 reunion in Miami. The Marlins CEO and minority owner has hired his former Yankees teammate and friend Jorge Posada as a special advisor to baseball operations, per Craig Mish of SiriusXM. Posada, 47, has mostly been away from the game since he retired after the 2011 season while appearing in Yankees spring training as a guest instructor. Masahiro Tanaka talks in Tampa. 0 hours 1 minute and 7 seconds. New York Yankees pitcher Masahiro Tanaka feels the best he's been entering spring training and is ready to lead the team into the season. Masahiro Tanaka is hoping to avoid another slow start in 2019. The Yankees right-hander was in Tampa on Tuesday as pitchers and catchers continue to report for spring training, but Tanaka has been putting in plenty of work already. The 30-year-old told reporters that he is already ahead of schedule this year compared to previous years. Severino, A Tale of Two Halves. 0 hours 1 minute and 34 seconds. BNNY looks at Yankees starter Luis Severino. He started 2018 as one of the most dominant pitchers, but it ended poorly. How will 2019 go? The start to Yankees RHP Luis Severino's 2018 season was exactly what the Pinstripes wanted to see. But after the All-Star break, the locomotive that steamrolled through its opponents every fifth day suddenly fell off its tracks. Severino owned a 2.31 ERA heading into the break, and emerged an entirely different pitcher, or at least one that was giving up hits and runs left and right. He would end the second half with a 5.57 ERA and leave manager Aaron Boone praying for some sort of resurrection in the postseason. A glimpse of hope came in the all-wildcard game, where Severino lasted 4 innings, allowing no runs on 2 hits and 4 walks while striking out 7. The Red Sox, then, came to the Bronx for Game 3 of the ALDS on their heels after the Yankees evened the series at 1 game apiece. Derek Jeter has no patience. 0 hours 0 minutes and 25 seconds. Derek Jeter doesn't want to put a time frame on the Marlins rebuild, but at the same time, he has no patience for being a bad team. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. As Derek Jeter begins his second full season as CEO and minority owner of the Miami Marlins, the 44-year-old Yankees legend is already displaying George Steinbrenner-like qualities, despite the fact that the Marlins have undergone a full-blown rebuild since Jeter took charge. "I have no patience," Jeter told reporters Monday. "I have zero patience. I've been preaching it. I don't have it." Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter, About Me, Archive says the Yankees descend on George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa for spring training, who will be on the 25-man roster when the team heads north. "There are some intriguing battles, and here's how we see things shaking out." Starting rotation: 5, October 2, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA. New York Yankees shortstop Didi Gregorius during workouts 1 day before the 2018 American League wildcard playoff baseball game at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit: Danielle Parhiskaran /NorthJersey.com via USA Today Sports. Danielle Parhiskaran: Didi Gregorius has a while before he can join his teammates again for a game, but he took a big step in the right direction on Monday down in Tampa. Gregorius was seen throwing for the first time since he underwent successful Tommy John surgery on October 17. According to NJ.com's Randy Miller, the veteran had 25 tosses from 60 feet at the Yankees minor league facility, and was also making light throws to first base, fielding grounders at short. The best result coming from this small workout was Gregorius feeling no pain in his elbow. However, he realizes how long the road ahead of him is. October 28, 2018, Los Angeles, California, USA. Los Angeles Dodgers shortstop Manny Machado, 8, walks back to the dugout after striking out to the game against the Boston Red Sox in Game 5 of the 2018 World Series at Dodger Stadium. The Boston Red Sox defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-1. Mandatory credit: Gary A. Vasquez, USA Today Sports. Gary A. Vasquez: oddsmakers are still betting on the Yankees to sign free agent Manny Machado. The 26-year-old slugger remains unsigned as pitchers and catchers report to spring training this week, but the Yankees are not completely out of the picture. SNY's Andy Martino reported on Monday that while the Bombers are by no means the frontrunners, the front office continues to check in with the All-Star infielders camp in Lay in the Weeds. April 26, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA. New York Yankees catcher Gary Sanchez, 24, celebrates after hitting a 3-run home run in the 9th inning against the Minnesota Twins to win the game at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit: Noah K. Murray, USA Today Sports. Noah K. Murray, Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter, About Me, Archives. There are few dual-facet catchers in baseball, forcing many clubs to favor either offense or defense when they pencil in its backstop. When a catcher underperforms in both aspects, the team suffers. Yankees catcher Gary Sanchez will likely face criticism for his defensive abilities until he stops squatting behind home plate. A leaner body and hard work might ease some of the miscues, but Sanchez's offensive production is what the Yankees have counted on most. When Sanchez couldn't provide consistent offense in 2018, the masking agent for his defensive woes was wholly transparent. Los Angeles Dodgers shortstop Manny Machado hits an RBI double during the ninth inning against the Arizona Diamondbacks at Chase Field. Jennifer Stewart, USA Today Sports. Andy Martino, SNY.TV. Twitter, hungry for another Manny Machado update? Not really? Well, too bad, we have one. As Yankees players trickle into spring training, the front office continues to check in with Machado's camp, according to Major League sources. The Yankees are not the front-runners for Machado. Both the White Sox and Phillies have been more aggressive, but they are not out on him, either. Most likely, this an example of Yankees GM Brian Cashman's free agency playbook. He calls, he waits, he lies in the weeds to see if there is ever a moment where it makes sense to pounce. September 19, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA. New York Yankees starting pitcher Luis Severino, 40, reacts after the top of the seventh inning against the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit. Brad Penner, USA Today Sports. Brad Penner, Baseball Prospectus 2019. PECOTA, Player Empirical Comparison and Optimization Test Algorithm. Projections are out. For the Yankees, they see a big year on the horizon. PECOTA is a system that takes a player's past performance and tries to project the most likely outcome for the following season. It looks at all of the numbers, and all the numbers that make up the numbers, to see which players are more likely to repeat their success and which ones benefited from good fortune, when it comes to how Luis Severino will rebound from the putrid second half he had in 2018 and James Paxton potentially becoming an ace during his first season in pinstripes. PECOTA, a projection system that is notoriously conservative, sees things shaking out like this. New York Yankees catcher Gary Sanchez at Tropicana Field. Clement, USA Today Sports. Yankees catcher Gary Sanchez admitted he struggled immensely last season, but he hopes to put those behind him in 2019. "I don't give excuses," Sanchez said, according to the New York Post's Greg Joyce. "Last year was a bad year. We're in a new year, a different year." The 26-year-old Sanchez was limited to 89 games with various leg injuries and recorded a batting line of .186, .291, .406 with 18 home runs and 53 RBIs. October 3, 2018, Los Angeles, California, USA. Los Angeles Dodgers infielder Manny Machado waits for his turn in the batting cage prior to Game 1 of the 2018 NLDS Playoff Baseball Series at Dodger Stadium. Mandatory credit. Robert Hanashiro, USA Today Sports. Robert Hanashiro, the Yankees' pursuit of Manny Machado has been slow to say the least, as GM Brian Cashman hasn't taken a real leap at the all-star infielder. However, they have always been in the race for his services next season despite the lack of urgency. Cashman and the Yankees, though, did discuss numbers with Machado, and former Mets GM Jim Duquette found out what the price range was. "What I was told here recently was the Yankees' offer, these aren't out there, not necessarily in writing, but hypothetical, was somewhere in that 7-year, 8-year range for $220 million. John Harper, SNY.TV. Twitter, in a month or so, it will feel as if spring training may never end. For now, as official workouts begin in the next few days, there is hardly a more welcome sight in sports, especially for New Yorkers looking desperately for a reason to believe the city's championship drought has to end sometime. Yes, nothing sells hope quite like baseball in the Florida sunshine, especially when there is reason for optimism in Tampa." Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred gestures while speaking during a Major League Baseball owners meeting on Tuesday, February 20, 2018 in Glendale, Arizona. AP photo, Ben Margot, AP. Two of baseball's biggest stars remain free agents with spring training just about to open, but MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred is hoping they'll be signed before then. Speaking at the owners' meetings in Orlando, Manfred said, "Obviously, we want our star players signed and ready to go when we start playing," according to USA Today. Seattle Mariners starting pitcher James Paxton throws against the Houston Astros during the first inning at Safeco Field. Joe Nicholson, USA Today Sports. James Paxton understands being a Yankee carries high expectations, and he believes New York's rotation can live up to the hype. Paxton was perhaps the Yankees' biggest off-season move, coming to New York in a trade with the Mariners, and is expected to be one of the Yankees' top two pitchers alongside Luis Severino. And he knows the team is in a win-now mode. "I feel like playing with the Yankees, you're expected to win," Paxton said, according to the New York Post's Greg Joyce. "It's World Series or bust for Yankees fans, and I'm excited about having that pressure and being on a team that's so committed to winning." New York Yankees starting pitcher J.A. Happ pitches against the Kansas City Royals in the second inning at Yankee Stadium. Noah K. Murray, USA Today Sports, Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter, About Me, Archives. The Yankees understood additions, or re-additions in this case, to the rotation would be in order this offseason. J.A. Happ was an obvious choice. New York Yankees Miguel Andujar is congratulated after scoring on a ground-out Greg Bird during the third inning of a baseball game against the Toronto Blue Jays, Saturday, August 18, 2018, in New York. AP photo, Julio Cortez, AP, Andy Martino, SNY.TV, Twitter, at the winter meetings in December, we reported the Mets, Yankees and Marlins were talking about a three-way trade involving Noah Syndergaard and JT Realmuto. At the time, we heard that Miami asked about Gary Sanchez or Miguel Andujar. Well, get this. Today we learned, according to a person with direct knowledge of the talks, the exact proposal that Miami made. It was Realmuto to the Mets, Syndergaard to the Yankees, and Andujar plus Sanchez to the Marlins. Joel Sherman of the Post tweeted similar information a few minutes ago. Kim Clement, just 2 days after Yankees manager Aaron Boone said he thought the club's 2019 roster was set, owner Hal Steinbrenner left the door ajar for a major acquisition. As remote as the possibility may be, Steinbrenner on Thursday did not rule out the Yankees adding another marquee player, such as Bryce Harper or Manny Machado, before the season begins. August 11, 2016, Arlington, Texas, USA, a general view of the MLB logo with Colorado Rockies batting gear on it during the game against the Texas Rangers at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Colorado Rockies won 12-9. Mandatory credit, Tim Heitman, USA Today Sports, Tim Heitman, the disabled list is a thing of the past. ESPN reported Thursday that MLB is renaming the disabled list the injured list. It's doing this, according to the report, because of concern that disabilities and injuries could be viewed similarly. Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter, About Me, Archives. Yankees GM Brian Cashman was never more prophetic than on February 7, 2014. "We view him to be a really solid, consistent number 3 starter," Cashman said on The Herd with Colin Cowherd on ESPN Radio that day. "If we get more than that, all the better. He's got a great deal of ability." Just days before the Yankees introduced Masahiro Tanaka to the Pinstripe faithful, Cashman spun a then seemingly ludicrous prediction for the club's new $155 million pitcher. Many laughed because Tanaka was clearly being paid to front a rotation, making the statement an obvious attempt to temper expectations for a player that was about to make a difficult transition. September 16, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA, New York Yankees pitcher Zach Britton, 53, pitches against the Toronto Blue Jays during the 9th inning at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit, Catalina Fragoso, USA Today Sports, Catalina Fragoso, there is no Zach Britton on the Yankees anymore. Introducing Zach Britton. The Yankees reliever said he will go by his legal name, Zach, instead of my stage name, Zach, for the future. Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred gestures while speaking during a Major League Baseball owners meeting on Tuesday, February 20, 2018 in Glendale, Arizona. AP photo, Ben Margot, AP. Significant changes could be coming to Major League Baseball. The league and the Players Union have exchanged proposals which address pace of play, competitive integrity and service time manipulation. Below are some of the details of each proposal, which was reported by Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic on Tuesday. "We are very excited to announce that we have a new commenting platform that we will be launching on Thursday. SNY has partnered with Spot. I am to bring you a more dynamic commenting experience across our website. In the process, we migrated your current LiveFire user accounts and hundreds of thousands of comments to the new system. The look is slightly different than before and we've added some great, new features. You'll still be able to publish comments and follow conversations in real time. You'll continue to benefit from threaded conversations. And if you have notifications settings enabled, you'll receive emails alerting you when others reply to one of your comments or mention you. August 28, 2018, Bronx, NY, USA, New York Yankees third baseman Miguel Andujar, 41, throws a runner out at first base to end the top of the fifth inning against the Chicago White Sox at Yankee Stadium. Mandatory credit, Wendell Cruz. USA Today Sports. Wendell Cruz, while all of baseball was, and still is, following where Manny Machado may sign, the links of him to the Yankees most directly impacted Miguel Andujar, yet the Yankees' third baseman has managed to stay positive all winter, while Machado remains unsigned. It appears, for now, that the Yankees will enter spring training with Andujar as their starting third baseman, and the 23-year-old was never anxious about the Yankees possibly signing the four-time All-Star infielder, Didi Gregorius, 18, mandatory credit, Jerry Angus. USA Today Sports. Jerry Angus. Didi Gregorius is ready to begin working his way back to the field. The Yankees shortstop, who underwent Tommy John surgery on his right elbow at the end of the 2018 season, was cleared to begin a throwing program. Manager Aaron Boone said at the Thurman Munson dinner at the Grand Hyatt in Midtown on Tuesday, "Everything is going well and according to plan," Boone said. Boone talks Munson, 2019 Yanks 0 hours 3 minutes and 3 seconds. SNY's Sweeney Morty goes one-on-one with Yankees manager Aaron Boone at the annual Thurman Munson dinner in New York City. As Yankees manager Aaron Boone brushed off any notion of Bryce Harper or Manny Machado joining his lineup this year, he did touch on the ones the team did add this offseason. While those big-name free agents have yet to find a new home, GM Brian Cashman has improved the Yankees, both on the mound and at the plate. Boone is confident that no rock was left unturned this offseason, with the Yankees looking to catch the World Series champion Red Sox in the AL East. As the Yankees, we've explored everything and been involved. I know Cash has kicked the tires on so many different things, explored so many different options, Boone told SNY's Sweeney Morty at the 39th annual Thurman Munson Awards dinner, where he was one of the honorees for the night. "I think as we sit here today in February, I think it's hard to deny the fact that we've had a really good winter in shoring up our roster and bringing in some really high-level players and feel like we have a team that's capable of going out there and competing with the best." New York Yankees manager Aaron Boone addresses the media prior to Game 3 of the 2018 ALDS against the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. Kevin R. Wexler/NorthJersey.com. Via USA Today Network. Aaron Judge may be willing to move out of right field in order to make room for Bryce Harper, but Yankees manager Aaron Boone does not think you'll have to worry about that. "Well, I don't think that scenario is a realistic one for us at this point," Boone said on Tuesday at the Thurman Munson dinner at the Grand Hyatt, per Brendan Cuddy of NJ.com. Harper, 26, remains unsigned just 1 week before pitchers and catchers report around the league. Chris Carelli, SNY, TV, Facebook, Twitter. About me. Archives. If at first you don't succeed, try again. It might seem as if the Yankees should do anything to remove Jacoby Ellsbury from the roster, so when another club poses even the least bit of interest in his services, strong consideration must be given by New York. According to ESPN's Buster Olney, the Giants have held internal discussions about Ellsbury and the club's potential opening in center field. Olney suggests the old bad contract for bad contract swap, which is sometimes effective for both clubs. Olney goes on to list several Giants players that at least match up closely in the salary department, with Ellsbury's remaining $47+ million. What are the pros and cons to the Yankees waiving the